Hello, everyone. We're here for yet another Lobotomy Corporation related tier list.
Howdy, gamers. Sorry,
Just like
go
last
on.
time or the time after. I don't know whether the OST tier list will be up at this point, but anyways, yeah. So it's me and Frostbite, and this time we're gonna be ranking every single abnormality in LobCorp, but according to the SCP Foundation's object classifications. So obviously, in case you don't know, the SCP Foundation was one of the major major inspirations for Lobotomy Corporation, and
The reason
so
I played the game in the first place.
true, and so but where LobCorp abuses abnormalities for the sake of energy, the SCP Foundation is just manic about containing things, really
Yeah,
manic
SCP.
about containing things.
Yeah, SCP is more like kind of down to earth because it's more based in our world instead of the funky world of Project Moon, where
Yeah.
goth women use the laws of physics to tear you apart, and Israel doesn't exist.
True. But yeah, that aside, SCP's object classes, rather than how in LobCorp risk levels reflect how much energy something brings, or if it's a tool, how dangerous it is. No, sorry, it's how dangerous the thing is, not the energy. The energy is also there, but
Uh, no, you haven't played Limbus, but Limbus confirms that the LobCorp measurement scale is actually primarily about the energy output, and the danger it poses is usually in correlation, but not always. And so it became a very inconvenient thing for Limbus Company to try and refer to things by.
I see. And then of course you have tools which don't provide energy in the first place.
Uh-huh.
But
Well, you know
yeah,
what they say, Project Moon.
true. But yeah, that's how LobCorp classifies things. The SCP Foundation classifies them based on how difficult they are to contain, which sometimes has absolutely no bearing on how dangerous the thing is. So there are three main object classes, like hundreds more, but most of them are only used for like one SCP each. So there's safe, which obviously means
Not hard to contain. It
not
just
hard to
like it
contain.
sits in its fucking box and it stays in its fucking box.
You can probably leave it alone and it'll be fine. Euclid is means you have to pay a bit more attention to it. You're not entirely sure uh,
Yeah.
whether it'll just escape on a dime. And for the purposes of
Yeah.
LobCorp, it just
Ain't
means
ain't Euclid like it could escape given the opportunity, and it probably has some measure of will to do so?
any abnormality that escapes full stop is Euclid at least.
Yeah.
And then Keter, of course, is the SCPs, or in this case, abnormalities that escape often or are hard to contain. They're either difficult to keep from breaching, or their containment requirements are particularly complex.
Hmm. So I have a question before we really kick this off. And just if you had anything else you want to say in the run up to this, like go ahead. But are we thinking about this from like the perspective of LobCorp as if they were using this rating scale, or are we thinking like SCP Foundation got like a fucking knock on the door and they got a big box of all these fuckers inside it, and they're like, well,
Well, look, from LobCorp's perspective, every single one of these is safe because they have the cliff off deterrence.
true. So we're not thinking deterrence then.
No. The deterrence is a complete non-factor. We are going solely by because it's the only technical measurement we have, we're going by how they work gameplay wise.
Hmm. I'm willing to do some story interpretation, much to your annoyance, I imagine.
Nah, we can totally do that.
It's
Yeah.
just the thing is, I won't be double checking or looking up the story for them. I'm just going to be going on my fragmented memory of each story because I have read all of them, but it was over a year ago. So if I reference one, it's going to be based on my bullshit memory.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Which I mean, I can't remember what time I woke up this morning, so you know.
Hmm. Well, let's get right into it with 1.76 megahertz. Well,
A
Obviously,
recording of
well,
the day we must never forget.
well, you can't really call it safe because it does breach technically.
Mm. What it is, it's like a phenomena, right?
Yeah,
Megahertz. It's like a kind of fragmented radio wave kind of transmission of a recording of the smoke war. I don't know, whatever the fuck else it
yeah,
could have been. It could have been a recording of like the official Project Moon Discord for all we know. Like it's something that just makes people lose their sanity.
yeah.
Um,
And if you,
but it is a phenomena that spreads and it's very hard to measure. I would hmm yeah, the thing is like very difficult, easy to contain outside of gameplay mechanics. So I know gameplay mechanics is like it has to do with the cliff off counter and stuff. But
yeah,
if we're completely taking the idea of like the cliff off counters and like the deterrence and stuff out, then I think it would probably be Keter because it'd be like an unanchorable phenomenon. They'll just kind of spread and
right.
infect. Kind of like fucking it's like I can't remember which number it is. That one abnormality, like the coffin that just fucks with like visual signals near it.
I'm not too familiar with that, so.
I just remember it because it was in Containment Breach.
Ah,
But
fair enough.
yeah, I think we got an early Keta. This one's gonna join Adam, Abel, and Abram and Iron down in the fucking architectural layer.
So it is. Gameplay wise, like, it can be. Gameplay wise, I'm open to putting it in Euclid or Keter because, like, while it does, because, like, it can get really pissed off sometimes, and it's a pain to. Well, it being a pain to put back has. Oh, wait, no, it is, like, putting it back, it does count towards containing it, so that is a factor. But, like, it's got a cliff off counter of 4, so it's really hard to piss it off in the first place. So. Hmm.
Yeah, but again, I'm not really considering that because that just feels like it's part of the cliff off shit. And like, if they just like encountered it and they didn't have LobCorp's kind of containment procedures and they just had to like contain it as is, like, how the fuck are you gonna do that? It doesn't exist. It's just something that fucks with other things.
True enough. I'm gonna throw gameplay out the window. Not completely out the window, but anyways, Keter. Alriune.
I would.
Give me a good
Oh,
argument as to why I shouldn't put it in why we shouldn't put it in Keter.
I've got one already because I was thinking I can't remember the number again. It's in one of the first 100. I do not remember the numbers. Fucking sue me. But there's this one abnormality. There's this one SCP that I think was kind of like just a dude who was like a god, and he had like god powers, and he was just like, "Yo, I'm gonna chill here." And he was originally put
343.
down as safe, and then he demonstrated he could just walk straight out of the cell through the walls like anytime he wanted, and then he just came back, and they were like, "Okay, well, you're gonna be." Euclid, even though you don't really want to escape, you could at any time, and so that means we'll put you in Euclid. And so I think I'd like to but I'd argue for Alriune being in that same category, being that like you're they're going to be completely docile unless you piss them off. But if you kind of do, then like they can get out, and they'll be a bit annoying to contain. Probably, maybe not as much for the foundation's kind of level of
Hmm.
tech because they've got mental don't they have like kind of mental shield like suppressant shit or like something along those kind of lines that like that could help them deal with
Yeah.
it. And like if they could do it in a like safe and quick manner, they could probably just transport it back to its cell and like
Yeah.
calm it down or whatever the hell they need to do. But like
It
it
teleports
wouldn't
though.
like it would yeah, it wouldn't it does teleport, but it only like starts getting uppity when you actually mess with it. Like it is a doll, and it's very docile. Without kind of
True.
too much. Because I think like I know that last time I was like, oh, I don't want to draw too much into gameplay, but I feel like the like good or bad result kind of represents like a kind of strong like emotional uptick in it or something, like it feeling something. And so it feels
Right.
like if you just leave it alone, it would just like be there. So I'd say Euclid.
Euclid. Right.
God, I miss doing these because I can
Hmm.
just like talk for 40 fucking minutes to try and convince you of something.
True. Like, cause like I first came at this tier list like with only gameplay in mind, so yeah, like, hmm.
If you really put it in Keter, then I won't stop you, but I still think Euclid.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want literally everything to be Keter.
Well, I foresaw like 70% of these being Euclid, but yeah, sure, let's go Euclid. Army.
Army and Pink. Can we make a new tier in blue below Keter called and you will have to censor that. Because that
Wow.
is a bad word, and YouTube does not like that one.
Okay, but okay, seriously though, if we go
Yeah,
by story, containing Army is just akin to containing Army's mental state. Well, containing the environment around Army, which reflects upon its state.
true. Like, I'm trying to go by a fusion of story and gameplay, and like in gameplay, I'm not repeating the word, but you get what I mean.
Yes.
In gameplay, it's like sensitive to the deaths of people within the facility, which happens a lot in the SCP Foundation. So if it can sense that and use
Well, if it's
that as a
happened.
trigger for its mental state, then I'd imagine that'd make it pretty dangerous. Also, it's kind of thing about like wearing the color pink to blend into the human heart, and like the kind of idea that it kind of gains kind of like not sympathy, because I feel like the SCP Foundation definitely a lot more kind of like not competent, but more rigorous and like kind of structured than LCorp's employees,
Yeah.
who are there kind of just to die to them to get more energy.
Yeah, like to
Um,
LobCorp, they're all D class.
yeah, well, they're like the kind of logical sense of class D, I suppose, but like with more with more armaments and more ability and more like physical strength.
Yeah.
Don't tell Lemon I referred to Lemon as a D class kind of character in that kind of sense, but um. What I'm trying to say here is that I think it's Keter in all senses of the word. Like it's dangerous, yeah, that's not the
Yeah.
important part. But it breaks out easily. That's why I fucking hate it so much. And that's fits it really well for Keter.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with for most of the same reasons. Like it Though then again, like if you place this thing in a site with no other SCPs nearby, like all you have to do is regulate the emotions of. Oh wait, no, that's still complex enough to get Keter anyway. So
Yeah. I feel like it's kinda like the same thing I thought about Alriune, except it's a lot more sensitive to the outside world, and it
yeah.
has like kind of notes like within its being of like manipulating people.
Hmm.
Not
Oh
like
yeah, true.
directly,
It
but like
true it
psychologically.
does.
Yeah.
Okay, punishing bird. I think we both know where it's going.
No, it's fucking you. That's Euclid as fuck because it kind of like it's the same like kind of idea as the god guy I was talking about before. Like it does
True.
like break out of containment, but it doesn't break out of like full containment. It doesn't attempt to leave the
That
facility. It
is
just like goes around
that's
the area that
true.
it's in
Like
and an agenda. Then it fucks back off to its little like
yeah.
self. It's
Its breach
like that.
never actually constitutes a breach because
Yeah.
it's effectively its containment area is just larger than its containment unit.
Yeah, it's just going out to the 9 to 5, pecking baddies, and then like returns home to eat and sleep, say hi to the wife.
By that logic, you could no, I'm not gonna put it safe, but
Yeah, it's not safe.
it's not safe, but yeah, Euclid's pretty good. Backward clock is a very interesting one. Did you have anything
Yeah.
else to say about Punching Bird?
I was gonna make a joke about how like it would make a chaotic situation worse because in real life slash SCP kind of logic, you don't attack something by right clicking on it. You attack something by accidentally hitting it or running into it or like a stray bullet, and then you got an angry bird on top of whatever the fuck else you're trying to contain.
Mm, that's true.
Punishing Bird versus SCP-682. Anyway, yeah, backwards clock.
Backward clock. So it's like it is a tool, so it's basically almost all tools are safe. But considering its
Yep.
abilities, like I'm inclined to make the formula tier.
I'm not going to say that. I don't think we overcomplicate it, especially because I don't know that much about Formiel other than like it's quote unquote helpful. But I'd say like
Oh yeah,
just leave that as implied. Let's just keep that as safe because
fair
it's not
enough.
something that's been integrated into the Foundation or anything. Because like we're
Well,
assuming they're just like getting these day one. Like they might end up making it Formiel, but like
right.
we'll
Okay.
be safe first.
Yeah. For reference, for those of you who don't know what the Formiel classification is, it's well, the wiki itself describes it as Formiel class SCPs are anomalies that the Foundation specifically uses to contain other SCPs. So, yeah.
That was
But
a
like
lot of words you could have
that,
just summarized by saying helpful shit.
yeah, it helps contain things, and yeah. Then again, that definition is really loose because there is an eel SCP-3000 that which is classified as Formiel because it produces amnestics.
Yep, that's how they get all
Yeah,
their amnestic related products
but
from, isn't it?
like it's still like a sentient entity that can totally kill people. But
Yeah, size of the world's oceans, and it's just down there like for fun.
that's 169. 3000's like only like a couple kilometers long, I think.
Oh,
Fuck it. Safe it is.
I thought it was like way longer than that, but anyway, yeah. Uh, Beauty and the Beast. What do you think?
I'm inclined to put it as safe.
Yeah, I'd also say it's safe. As in, like, containing it is fine. Like, the biggest footnote I'd give to that is, like, if somebody were to accidentally cause lethal damage to it, they'd transform into the beast. But,
Even then, it's still
I
contained.
think that we don't know how the curse works. I would say that, like, it'd have to be close enough that, like, it'd still be contained even then. But even then, like, the beast doesn't seem to show any desire to leave. It just wants to fucking die.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's 2025 in this economy, relatable. But more importantly, I don't know. Maybe somebody outside, like, doing experimentation, so like fires a gun into it, like from an automated turret. Maybe that would affect them. But even then, I don't think it would actually go anywhere. It would just fucking be like, man, this sucks. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
safe's a good bet.
Okay. Behavior adjustment is a tool. It's going in safe. Big bad wolf.
Yep. Ooh, Wolfie Boy is. I can't even remember how the Wolfie Boy works in gameplay outside of fighting red.
Need a reminder?
Uh, just summarize it in like 14 and a half words.
You piss it off. He eats the agent, and then he breaches. If he gets enough pissed.
Yeah, well, you went a couple words over, including the half, but gotcha. I'd say definitely not safe. Like, it's too volatile to put in safe, even if like
No.
they kind of like they'd be fine with him eating people. If he just ate people, then it'd be safe. But oh, I'd say this is a hard one because I'd say Euclid in most cases. However, if he shares a kind of habitation facility with Red Hood, then he'd be Keter.
Yeah.
Like, that unique interaction makes that hard to judge, I think.
Yeah.
Do we want to make the kind of broad claim that all of these are being housed in the same facility, or is it just like they can do whatever the fuck they want for housing them?
I don't know. I think well, we went with initial impressions for clock, so
Yeah, okay, we can say that like they can house them any way they want. In
Yeah.
that case, I'd say probably put it Euclid.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. It doesn't like containing it would essentially just be keep it fed and away from things.
Mm.
Just pretty simple, all things considered.
Mm.
So red, I think. Ooh, well, hmm. Going into
Red,
the
red is the kind of abnormality that I associate with mist. That's the only joke I wanted to make, and it wasn't a very good one. Go ahead with what you were going to say.
the thing about red is it all kind of hinges on how you want to utilize and or interpret the free abnormalities breach thing in gameplay.
I'd say she breaches in like kind of sight containment breaches. When there's something to hunt, like because the whole idea of that is that like when there's something to hunt, she goes out to hunt it,
Hmm.
and she just decides like when she gets caught up in that, she's like fuck it, kill anything. Yeah, yippee! I
Right.
like shooting guns. I am America.
In that case, I can see some overlap with 076 Abel.
Abel's the one that like with the metal head you can't hurt, right, or something.
That was 096. Abel was the guy that likes to fight anything he sees.
Gotcha. God, I was about to make another really stupid and shitty joke that would date this video. Yeah, I think Red outdoes the wolf here. I think she should go on Keter because it doesn't matter where you put her unless like she's completely isolated in a facility all by her own, which is too expensive. Then yeah, she's kind of just going to be a force compounder of like. It's going to be very hard to stop her from breaking out at the times when you need to.
Yeah.
Like she will actively want to get out
Yeah.
and do shit like doesn't even need the wolf to be like she's a strong independent abnormality who don't need no wolf to be dangerous.
But yeah, while the Foundation could theoretically request her assistance, I think they'd very quickly realize that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think they would just rather not because collateral damage is too much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, lady facing the wall. Um,
Probably safe.
yeah, I mean,
Should
doesn't
scream at you
breach.
and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the screaming, like, it's kind of just more an effect of her. So, yeah.
Yeah. My secret power is jump scare. Wow.
True.
That's about it.
Bloodbath also safe because again, it doesn't really
Yep.
it doesn't escape. It just kills people.
Eco-friendly, energy efficient way to dispose of their D classes at the end of the month.
uh, I think like hasn't that gone out of fashion or something?
I have
Anyways.
no fucking clue. You think I could stay up to date with SCP stuff?
Okay, yeah, no. That's me. I'm the one who should know that. Okay, bold.
Um,
No, it's safe.
I think that this one should go in the bold-clad tier.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Bold gets its own object class. Ah, no, it's safe.
Yep.
Okay, armor. Does it compel people to wear it? I don't believe it does.
Nope. Um, it just it kind of gives its bargain, and if you do the bargain and you kind of play its rules, and yeah, I'd say safe. It can have
Yeah.
effects outside of its containment zone, but only in a very controlled way.
Yeah. Alright.
Now, Dear Shooter Man, on the other hand,
Fry, like, in gameplay, he doesn't breach, but, like,
yeah, he doesn't escape, but it's a very clear kind of example of like being able to affect the outside world even from within containment in a very dangerous way.
yeah.
Being that, like, if he kind of gets pissed off, he can just shoot and then like cause who knows how much destruction.
I mean,
Like not physical, because like obviously there's gameplay contrivance, but magic bullets don't seem to cause structural damage. They seem to like just kill people. Probably something to do with the soul. I don't know.
and
Fucking
like,
clues.
what is Durfry's maximum range, bro?
Line. That's out. Oh, you mean like how far away he can shoot? Um,
Because like,
oof,
if he really can shoot anything,
yeah. I mean, it's part of the legend that I don't think there was a limit put on the power. It was like more to do with but it's. I feel like the way that he works on LobCorp with the retaliation, I think that would make him very dangerous. I don't know if he'd be deserving of Keter tier just for that, because he could cause like quite a lot of
yeah,
danger outside of his containment unit without much way to stop it. But unlike 096, for example, is it 096? The fucking shy guy,
yeah,
it's not. He doesn't like break out of his containment. It's still like very controlled of him, but it's not controlled what he can do.
yeah,
So I don't know if there are any good examples to kind of draw from. So I'll stick him in the dead middle, just like LobCorp did, and
yeah,
call him Euclid.
yeah. Euclid, good. Dimensional refraction variant.
I
DRV.
always forget this fucking thing exists.
Euclid at the very least, because it breaches.
Yeah, it's
But
like
what?
176. It's also a phenomena, but this one's more like a actually trackable one. So
Yeah. It
it
is
would be
like
very hard. I don't know how easy it would be to contain, because again, it's a phenomena, but it seems to have physical presence, so wolves might just do it. Oh wait,
yeah,
no, because it kind of when it breaches, it doesn't move out of its containment unit, does it? It teleports to a random place, doesn't it?
random
So that
location.
implies, yeah, that implies some amount of ability to just do and go wherever the fuck it wants.
But then
Um,
it could just be a representation of LobCorp not being able to track it when it like actually does the escape and it's made like X ground. Or
it's
because like it doesn't
I
teleport after that. It spawns.
yeah, and I know. I guess it's just kind of a yeah. I'm not saying it's like teleportation is its main ability. I'm just saying that like it shows that it has the ability to just kind of like do things undetected. And as a phenomena, and it'd also be like extremely difficult to get back into containment outside of the LobCorp method of just kill it. Because I assume that we're not going along those kind of lines of like the SCP Foundation just knows, oh, we can just kill these things and they come back.
No, we're
Um,
not. Otherwise,
like they're going to be trying to reclaim them alive, and that's going to make DRV really fucking hard to deal with.
hmm.
So,
Keto?
uh, it could be. Yeah, it's a really hard call. I'll leave it to you because I'm tired and I like deflecting responsibility.
Damn it, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna go Keto. We put megahertz in Keto. I think DRV goes in Keto.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
The button goes in Apollyon. No, it's safe.
Yeah, I thought you said Napoleon for a second.
Yeah, no. The button's Napoleon.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know when you press and it goes Bonaparte.
Ah. Okay. Black Swan.
God, that fuck is complicated.
The sister only shows up when the brothers get messed up.
Yeah, but
Ergo,
unlike LobCorp,
containing sis. Oh,
un- unlike LobCorp though, like it's not like that would reset, would it?
not that we know of, unless it does given time. But like we can't make those assumptions.
Hmm. So I think it breaching would be an inevitability. I'd probably put it at Euclid off the top of my head, but like I'm willing to open the floor to you on this one because you're more familiar with SCP and probably remember the Black Swan more than me.
Okay. So the sisters show
Like
up when the
literally,
brothers get messed up. So initially, containment
like,
of the sister can be done
yeah,
for the brothers.
literally, like only real thing I remember about Dreams of Black Swan is that I remember like getting confused because the character in the story for that, Elijah, shares the name with Malkuth's first life. In a
Mm,
game where names feel like they're pretty important, having one double up really doesn't fucking help me
yeah.
know what the fuck is going on. Although
Yeah.
on that topic, actually I'll say that for Blue Star.
Okay. In any case, like, I think I'm mostly on board with agreeing that it would be Euclid because once the sister manifests, like, there's nothing stopping because the sister doesn't teleport, like, so they can just put the sister in a box.
Yeah, but well, here's the thing, right? This is more drawing on Ruiner, but a big thing of the sister, and I suppose the brother, but like the brothers aren't active in LobCorp, so we're not going to assume they'd be hostile. Here in Ruiner, they're there because you know it's a fucking fire and realization and shit. But
Yep.
like in Ruiner, we see that like a big part of the sisters' attacks, or like the Black Swan's attacks, and indeed probably why it's said to cause black damage in Lob, is like corrosive acid,
Mm.
which would probably make it a little bit harder than usual to um formulate a good kind of conventional cell for it. Because here's the question: would you be able to chemically test those kind of secretions? I don't know how abnormalities work. Would that be like a feasible thing you could do?
I mean, they're gonna try.
True. Yeah, I guess they are. But yeah, probably Euclid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not enough to give it Keter, yeah, I don't
Not
think.
enough warpstone.
Okay.
Sorry,
Train,
cut
on
that
the
out.
other
Good
hand.
reference.
Okay.
So unreal. Yeah, woo! We love the train.
Okay. So how do you
Best
want to
abnormality
interpret the train?
to do. What'd you say?
How do you want to interpret the train?
I like the idea of the train's something they need to control to stop something uncontrollable
Yeah.
happening, which I feel like is well within the
Yeah.
like the kind of Foundation's kind of ballpark.
Because if
I
we
don't know whether
go,
to put it. I don't know whether to put it safe or couture. Like, is the train just like a kind of natural part of life that they're then preventing? Like, how is the train? Because like the term express train to hell implies the existence of hell, and also like the fact that the hell just keeps going. Like, it kind of makes sense. That's like just a part of the world, but this doesn't make any sense, and it's a complete
yeah.
fucking ramble. But in terms of like, I could see it being either put safe or Euclid.
Because, like,
If it was Euclid, I'd understand that because it's the same logic as Death Freischütz. If it was safe, I'd understand that because it's like more of like a kind of duty that they have to, like an easy duty that they
yeah,
just have
like,
to undertake to prevent something kind of affecting the world.
because, like, if we go by gameplay, then the containment procedures amount to T-09-86 must be visited every 30 seconds.
Yep.
Full stop. But because, hmm,
It's murky.
don't really, I think because of how, frequent it is, like, it's gonna be, like, a safe is supposed to be for anomalies where you can just leave it alone and it'll be fine, because you have to actually, like, go to the inconvenience of visiting it all the time. Train goes in Euclid for me. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Fairies.
I'll call them safe. Like
Yeah. I mean, once you, if you
in
interact with,
LobCorp, like they seem well fed. Foundation wouldn't have any problems feeding them.
yep.
The fairy queen, quote unquote, or not. I don't even know what it's called. Just the big shitter. Because the fairy queen is something else. I think Titania Titania was in. Was Titania in? Yeah, no, Titania was in Wonderlab. what was I trying to say? Yeah, I think that they're definitely safe for sure. They're very containable.
Yeah, and like while they do come out if you get a good result, it's only for like 8 seconds.
Yeah, and I feel like the Foundation would have no problem like preventing that,
Yeah, or just
unlike
allowing.
LobCorp, which just lets them
Yeah,
for fun.
Firebird.
Ooh, it's like I like the Firebird. The Firebird, like
I don't think you
it's
can call it
difficult.
safe.
It's difficult to handle. Let's get that out of the way. It doesn't like. It likes being like kind of. It likes getting bad results. It likes kind of combat, or not combat, but
It
like
likes in
combative
it
hits
likes
and
engaging in
conflict.
the hunt.
Yeah, and like it likes just fucking around. So it is like trying to be inconvenient. The fact that it's like made of fire makes me think that would be a little bit difficult to kind of deal with if it was really kind of flaring up. But like, like the Foundation probably has tools for dealing with that. Um, I'd still kind of
Hmm.
hesitate to call it safe just because it does have the will to escape, and given the kind of conditions, it could, and that's kind of the definition of Euclid in it.
Yeah,
In it, bruv.
because like
Oh, fish and chippies.
its whole
Sorry, I don't know
shtick,
what accent I'm doing.
its whole shtick is that it wants people to hunt it.
Yeah.
So I'd say it would be inclined to attempt breach itself. So I don't know whether it'd be often enough to prove Keter, but I think I'm undecided. I'm just gonna stick it in Euclid.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it together. Let's save Kater for like the real kind of special boys.
Yeah, the real fuckers. Okay,
Yeah.
Yonk. Flesh Idol is a tool.
Yep. A really dick-headed one, but
Yeah. Forsaken Murderer. I mean,
I'd
theoretically, you
put him
could,
in Euclid.
yeah, like he can breach. I mean, sure, you could just lock him up in a cell with no ability to exit. A metal box would probably contain him, but like
You say that, but wasn't like a kind of big part of him the idea of like these restraints won't contain me? Like it's kind of
that
like
is true.
the boundless wrath that can't be contained. So I like the idea of him being Euclid that like he will find a way to escape one at some point and they'll just have to kind of deal with that. But he's not
Hmm.
like as active a threat and like as present a threat of like the kind of oh shit, this could pop off at any time kind of shit as
Yeah,
Keter.
and like interaction, yeah, yeah. I think Euclid. Okay, Fragment. Hmm.
Yeah. Fragment we all know is very good at going out for a walk.
Oh my god, Euclid. I think Euclid.
So yeah, we can all agree that Kaiser Corp fucking Fragment would be Keter, but as it is, it kind of just stands in a corner and
And
just like kind of does things. And like, if you significantly annoy it during work, then it'll breach. But like, I feel like that's not the kind of thing that would happen that much during like an SCP facility. And it get like its cries would like have a dangerous like mental effect. But if they knew about that ahead of time, which is like the SCP Foundation is like more kind of on top of things on Lobotomy Corp.
yeah,
I feel like they'd have like they'd be fully equipped to deal with it. So
yep.
I'd almost border on putting it in safe, but I think Kaiser Court Trauma might put it in
Okay,
Euclid
look.
still.
Well, it's a sentient entity that can communicate and is incomprehensible knowledge, and it has the capacity to breach. So I'm thinking put it in Euclid just based off that.
Yeah, like I had 4 abnormalities in safety team when I was playing through the game my first run. I had fucking Chart of the Galaxy, red shoes, the Night of Despair, and this shitter. And this shitter was like by far like the least significant. Like it
Hmm.
just kind of existed. It was one of those abnormalities that like you took it and you're like, oh, cool, and then like you didn't really think of it that much later.
Yep.
Like it, yeah.
Funeral.
I like never interacted with funeral like ever, so I'm leaving this one to you.
Okay, funeral is again falls into like this kind of ballpark in which it only really escapes if you interact with it badly. Except with funeral, it's more of a stat trick anyway, so
Yeah,
you just
it's a level of satisfaction with the people around it or like interacting with it.
yeah, only certain people, certain people of certain minds can talk with it or something. Yeah.
Dr. Bright. Is it his name Dr. Bright? I can't remember. The the dude with like the necklace who's like
Yeah.
the passed down or the whatever.
Yeah, don't bring Bright or Clef near this guy.
Yeah, I don't know the other one.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, I wasn't gonna.
One sin. I mean,
Yeah, we need to make a new tier called cool.
yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, but yeah, one sin is basically the dictionary definition of safe, just like one sin's the dictionary definition of Zayn.
Yeah.
Giant tree sap is a
Yeah, it is literally fucking juice. Like,
it's just juice, like just don't
I
touch
mean, yeah, it's juice. We'll put in Keter. Very dangerous.
it. It doesn't compel people to drink from it or anything. It's just there.
It could fall off the table at any time.
Like
Yeah.
even the tree that this sap comes from, like it doesn't compel people to drink it. Well, last I recall, it doesn't compel people to drink from it.
Yeah. Speaking of trees compelling people,
Oh, hey, here's a tree that does compel people.
I'd still put this in safe though. Just because like it's kind of just a tree that like it calls people to it. But like they'd be able to identify people who are affected by it and like kind of course correct them like pretty easily. Like as long as they knew how to deal with it, which again the SCP Foundation does that. That's their thing. Then it wouldn't be that difficult to deal with, and it wouldn't. Yeah, I'd say safe easily.
Okay. And bear, another safe,
Yep.
like
Never safe. Man, we've got so many easy safes in a row. Like I wonder who's next. I'm kidding.
Okay,
I'm not actually making a vomiting noise. Shoutouts to Trashy Linu, by the way. Completely unrelated. They just got their channel back because they made cool videos on the magical girls, and then YouTube did a dick-headed move and then deleted their account, but now it's back, so it's cool. Yippee!
God damn it, YouTube. Anyways,
Mhm.
come on. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Honestly
think
thinking,
anyone's arguing this one.
all right. Honestly thinking about it, like, do
Yeah, gonna
you
be
think? Do you
very
think?
difficult.
Do you,
Like, first of all, sorry, you go first.
Would it be possible to just send her D-class to beat the shit out of it?
What did you say?
No, wait, no, that doesn't work.
Like, I feel like the Foundation's gonna have no difficulty convincing her that villains are happening. For one, but she gets out on her own when bad things are happening, and yes, she's trying to help, but that's not controllable. They
That is
cannot
true.
control her. And if things get too bad, then she goes into snake mode. And snake mode is oh god, fuck no, stop mode.
Teleport.
'Cause
Teleport.
yeah, the least dangerous part about that is the fact of how dangerous she is. That's a fucking sentence I just said.
But yeah,
Like
due to her
yeah,
inherent
yeah,
randomness, for lack of a better term. Oh no,
hmm
unpredictability.
yeah, sporadicy, is that the correct formation of that word? Yeah, like
Sporadic.
spontaneity
Yeah,
or
spontaneity.
spontaneity, etc.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
extremely
enough.
hard to contain. Um, God, magical girl is such a funny fucking concept of an abnormality.
Yeah. Yeah, the complex
Alright,
containment procedures alone merit Keter. Okay, monk.
Yeah, funky monk.
I mean,
Uh, I can't remember the name of the creature that he transforms into. Yeah,
me neither.
he is a unpleasant, death-sensitive abnormality (TM), which going to be a problem for the Foundation. Would it?
Not if you get the right side for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but like again, it is like in gameplay, a snowball kind of thing. Um, and yeah, if it's upset, because it is like underrated point to note, it is sentient and therefore has kind of more kind of complex sentient like kind of needs and
True.
desires to stay satisfied.
And like,
And if
just
it does get triggered, then like I don't know, I can't remember the name of this goddamn. Can you look it up for me? Because I'm genuinely can't remember like the name of the kind of
Krita.
beast that it
Krita.
turns into. Yeah, because that's kind of like like it's a very powerful kind of like demon in it. Like I'm just wondering the feasibility of keeping such a thing contained properly. Like I feel like if they got like it something to eat, like to distract it and like they're able to tranquilize it, I feel like it would be doable. But like
Yeah.
keeping it in the first place, I think would be a little bit difficult. I don't know if I'd afford it the kind of lofty rank of Keter. I wish there was
I'm
like a
thinking,
fucking ranking level in between Euclid and Keter, and like maybe it was like purple and they called it Valve or something.
yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Um,
I'm still in the ballpark of Euclid for.
yeah, I kind of want to say Keter, but it would be like a low impact Keter if it was. So
Well,
I'll
then,
leave it to you. If you want to say Euclid, then I'm fine with that too.
well, if we're only discussing like, if we're only discussing these in the containment sense, which we are. Um.
Yeah, good
But
Euclid,
then
I
again,
think.
like if we go by story wise, the reason why
Mm.
it breaches upon death is because the instinctual sensing of Sarira.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think.
yeah, like and it's just that takes it off, like the greed, the gluttony, whereas
Well,
Army's whole
not true. But bad work results also lower the cliff off, meaning that
an
kind of
unfavorable
annoying it
interaction.
or failing to kind of yeah, like you can just annoy it in a normal sense, and that will kind of get it to devolve.
I still don't think that it's
Yeah,
enough for Ketover.
yeah, I
Right.
can agree.
Now, Laetitia. Do you rank Laetitia as safe or Euclid?
Safe,
Hmm.
easy.
That is true.
Like
Easy enough. Like,
she's not trying to leave like the gifts like of her friends. Like all they need to do with that is just dispose of the gifts. Letitia
hmm.
might not be happy, but I mean, not many SCPs are.
Yeah. Well, remind me to tell you the tale of 5031 sometime. But that's for
Yeah,
another
maybe
time.
when I'm not trying to sleep.
Fair enough. La Luna.
Pianto. I'd say Kita just for ability to induce copyright strikes.
Ha!
But in all seriousness,
Well, the piano's safe, but
yeah, I'd say yeah, this would be another kind of one of those instances of like oh, at first it's safe, and then they do like a bit more experimentation, and they're like, nah, not really. More Euclid.
yep. I think it's pretty normal case of Euclid. Speaking of
Mm-hmm.
normal case of Euclid, Reddit.
Nah, Reddit's Kita. Reddit cannot be contained there. Their sins
Okay.
shall continue
Okay.
on forever.
Reddit is Keter. All around helper is Euclid.
Yeah, okay, I
Okay.
can agree with that.
Alright, 2 tools. I'll throw a mirror there as well, and notes, and I'll just throw those tools there for now. Meat lantern! Oh boy! Oh joy, meat lantern.
Yo, we love Manton. Basically, like, yeah, if you're not spending enough time with it, like each day, it's just gonna breach. And I imagine the Foundation's like kind of observational tools are gonna be better than LobCorp's just because they have people with fucking eyes watching it instead of just a red tint on each room.
Yep.
But yeah, no, still gonna be dangerous, especially if it kind of like surfaces in an unfortunate location at an unfortunate time.
But its danger
And
is
yeah, no, yeah,
unrelated to its containment.
it can burrow through the ground, and the ground in the LobCorp main branch facility is like extremely compressed, extremely dense, very deep underground rock, and it can burrow through it in the matter of seconds. So,
Hmm. But then again, it only
yeah.
seems to breach like when it gets pissed, though.
Yeah, but like also like the kind of volatile kind of timer on it, like kind of thing of like if you finish your work too quickly, it makes me think that like if you're not like what's a good translation for that? Like if you're not spending enough time with it, you kind of need to have people constantly kind of watching it, constantly being with it, and like that feels like the kind of thing that's a bit finicky to actually set up. That have to have like personnel rosters, that have to have like D classes like kind of going on, and like with
Hmm.
that many moving parts, like there's a potential failure.
Yeah.
And with Manton, like if like that system does fail and it does get out, then yeah,
It
it's
is a
very
problem.
difficult to contain, especially because we don't even see the full thing. Like it's like
Yeah.
mostly
Oh yeah,
underground.
true. Yeah. Yeah, I hear the argument for Keter.
Yep. So, in conclusion, Lantern Don Quixote is indeed sorry.
Um
Do you know about
goddamn
Lantern Don?
goddamn fetus.
Oh
Like
yeah, Fetus.
it's another lady facing the wall situation. Its influence is big, but it itself is you lock it in a soundproof room and occasionally feed it.
Yeah, without the kind of direct transfer of like the kind of cliff off counter concept from gameplay, I still don't know. It feels like it could be Euclid because like the idea that it affects the cliff off counters kind of directly implies that like its crying directly affects like the kind of like conditional state of the abnormalities. Like it's more than just like kind of sound. So that feels like it could be like something that's directly destabilizing. I'm down to
Hmm.
put it in safe if you think that like I'm just reading too much into things, but I feel like the fact that it directly affects the cliff of counters like implies it has more to it than that.
Hmm. I still think it's safe. Like
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
in the end, it's still not breaching itself.
So what you're saying is Fetus is a safe abnormality pick for anyone who wants to pick up a pretty safe abnormality.
Okay, look, if we were ranking, if we modified these to work on a more gameplay based aspect, dependent on cliff off counters and not actual breaching, this thing would be a Keter nightmare. But because we're talking
Mm-hmm.
SCP standards, it's safe.
Yeah.
Plague
All
Doctor,
right, Plague Doctor.
much like the actual SCP Plague Doctor, this one is Euclid.
I feel like
I'd say.
this is another
Well,
example of something that'd be like considered safe, and then they start kind of making observations of what's happening, and like kind of probably a bit later in the cycle because it's kind of psychological manipulation makes it pretty good at doing things. They'd
yeah,
be like, "Oh fuck, something's really happening here, and we don't know what we're fucking raising it up one, and like we're keeping eyes on this, and like
yeah.
this is like not good, probably."
Once it reaches like a 10, I can just imagine the Foundation slowly just starts at safe and then it just increases to Euclid and maybe to Keter as it gets more apostles.
Yeah.
But like I think I'll just stick it in Euclid then.
Yeah.
Just it as an homage to 049 if nothing else. Okay, Old Faith is a tool. Old lady. Old lady is safe. Very safe.
Alright. Shrumps.
Shrumps. Well, they send people onto fishing boats, but they don't themselves go to the fishing boats, so.
Yeah, it's more like the vending machine one where it's just like things can happen if you interact with it, but it's like a stationary machine. It's not going to do shit if you don't touch it.
Parasite Tree. Ooh.
Alright, can we add this one to tier?
I want to say Euclid, but like,
It's
like it doesn't
kind of
breach itself, but
it's like hypnotic in the same way that Grave of Cherry Blossoms is.
like it depends on how
More
you consider the.
importantly, it'll kick itself off when they're trying to interact with any other like kind of abnormality SCP, which like as we've
Yeah,
discussed for many of the ones, like so it's gonna be a constant kind of worry. So
yeah.
they're gonna be like
So,
they're gonna have like it's going to cause like kind of researchers to kind of stop what they're doing and go towards it. They're gonna have to constantly keep surveillance on this thing. Like it could like kind of cause them like to spread like a disease kind of thing. Like it's
yeah,
gonna be like a big problem, I think. I just don't know if that would put it into Keter tier.
yeah, because like it doesn't escape itself. Like unless you want to count something about the saplings as it technically breaching in a sense. I mean,
Yeah, probably. It'll probably just be Euclid then, I
yeah,
reckon. But one thing I will say about it is that this would be a Euclid with like a sticky note put on it and like yikes written on it in Sharpie with 2 exclamation points and underlined.
yep. Something that isn't a yikes though is Porco. Safe. Well,
With
no, it breach it can
with
breach, so Euclid.
Porky, yeah. I guess. Well, just because it can breach, does that mean it wouldn't be safe? Because let's think about. Yeah, actually, you're right.
Anyways, I'm just still gonna say Euclid though. It's
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
it does
All right.
actually need to be contained. Well, I mean, like
But
that applies to everything. It does. It is actually an entity that can escape it
yeah.
autonomously.
Next is Coggers.
Hoggers, the king agreed. I mean, it's temperamental, sure.
She used to be a magical girl like you, and then she took the July to the knee.
Hmm.
Oh, it's not even Gulai. Would it be like a mix of Gulai and Luxuriae? I don't know.
It's whichever one is greed. Wasn't Gulai gluttony?
Yeah. And my greed. There's gluttony and lust to the Limbus doesn't have greed.
Oh, come on. I'm never gonna not be pissed about that.
Yeah, I mean, we've at least we've got Knight of Morositasis. We've got that.
Anyways,
But yeah, I'd say she's probably the least volatile out of the magical girls. I'd probably put her in Euclid still because she definitely ain't fucking safe. She turns into a fish. It's fucked up,
least.
man.
Okay, you can
Yeah.
tell me about that when we get to Night of Despair, but Ppodae.
Shit-headed dog. I just don't. Unrelated. I don't like Ppodae. Not a like an annoying abnormality concept and annoying in execution too. So
I'm just I just think of it as just easy to breach and suppress if necessary. But even Murderer is better at that. Like,
yeah. Well, thing is, I will say that like I'm not putting in safe definitely. The one thing that I will say saves it in my mind is like it's got strong fucking uh I can't remember the word like psychoaffective properties where like even like it's even said that like there's a note from like manager or something about like being kind of swayed by its charms. Like a lot of people are kind of taken in by like the kind of cutesiness, and I feel like that would be like a really kind of strong, like that implies it's got a really strong kind of mimetic property around it, like to the point where it could be seriously effective. But yeah, probably just Euclid, because at the end of the day, it's just a dog. The best
Yep.
thing that has ever come of that dog, I think, is that one video of it and Gyeongmi adopting it, and then like that
Oh,
subsequent gif of them running side by side. It's the
oh
funniest
my
fucking
god.
gif in the world.
Hell
Put it up
yeah.
on screen.
Eh, okay. Queen bee. Queen bee itself does not breach, but like bees.
Yeah, I'd say Keter, just because the nature of the bees are an infection. The bees are a genuine hazard. The spores are hard to contain.
Yeah,
If you
and
if
they're
you just
very
mess
painful.
it up and like piss it off, then like you've got a serious like kind of not viral, but I guess viral in like the incorrect usage of the word, where like you say that like a meme is viral or something, where it's
Hmm.
not actually virus related, but it spreads like reminiscent of one. Like, and like same thing with the nakedness when we get to that. Spoilers.
Hmm.
I'd say this is Keta just because of that.
Yeah, especially because like it can spawn bees in a really wide area. Well, a fairly
Yeah.
wide area.
And bees will infect other humans into bees, and the bees are tall, and the bees are big, and the bees are pretty strong.
Yep. Shoes.
Damn, pair of shoes. Uh, technically do have hypnotic properties, but I don't think that's anything that the others couldn't deal with. So I'd actually put this in safe, even though it's kind of a higher
Safe.
abnormality rank than most of the other things we have in safe. Well, then again, we have Bear and Laetitia here, so
Yep. Yeah, I mean like they just lock it up and leave it alone, make sure no one can enter without access, and
yeah.
they're good.
All right, Sandolph.
This, I mean, it's a really basic HE.
Hmm. And outside of like, yeah, it's kind of mostly a stationary object, but it does have will, and it does have a lot of hatred. So I don't think we can put it in safe. So it has to go in Euclid.
Yep. Scarecrow. Um, I
Scarecrow,
I mean,
not Kitter. It's got very like specific needs, and it's
yeah.
like fairly easy to deal with. Maybe a little bit difficult to deal with, but like the great thing about the Foundation is that they have a lot of firearms compared
Yep.
to a city. So I feel like, yeah, they won't be in too much danger of it, like actually being able to suck out someone's brain, unless it comes upon some unfortunate soul when it's breaching.
Yep.
But
Some poor
I
unfortunate
think
soul.
that it would be a fairly straightforward Euclid as well.
Yep. That goes for Schadenfreude as well. I mean, like, initially,
Shooting
well, I
fruit.
mean, would the fact that you can't look at it merit Keto? I don't think so.
I think I think that when you take the game aspect out of it, of like the manager being like the one whose perspective actually matters in LobCorp, because like you can't control where your nuggets are looking at, I think that this thing becomes exponentially more difficult to deal with in real life, unless you have like, I think, because doesn't Shy Guy have kind of blind employees or something to help do work on it and stuff? Um,
I'm not sure. I just know that that shy guy is Euclid,
yeah.
which is
Oh yeah, true.
why I'm putting Schadenfreude in Euclid.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All
Scorched
right,
Girl
Toothless
is.
Goon. You remember that?
Yes, yes, I do.
I
Okay.
can't even remember when I told you about that.
So Toothless Goon, okay, it can breach. Yeah, it can breach.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Euclid just for the fact that it can breach.
yeah, I'd say so. Like, it has a desire. to do something, and that something involves getting out. So yeah.
And getting close to people and then exploding. I don't know about that last part, but
What if somebody who wasn't the person that wanted to explode just picked it up and put it back in the cell?
I don't. They just.
I don't think she'd explode out of self-defense.
Well, I mean, depends on whether like non-gameplay Scorched Girl would just change targets.
True. Well, I don't. Well, depends on what kind of determines like what she sees as a target. It's like someone who seems like familiar. I feel like she'd go for specific people,
Oh, that's
just based
true.
on like who she is and like her story. Like if she saw like some like goon-looking dude who had no teeth. God, this is such a stupid joke. Ugh.
Okay.
Ref-
Right.
I love referencing fucking singular episodes of British TV shows.
Okay. A shelter is safe.
Yeah,
It's the
shelter.
safest place on Earth, in fact.
Yay.
Shylock.
Oh yeah, did you know they made reference to the shelter in 27th March in Limbus?
Let's go! Okay. Here's Shylock. Shylock is safe. Shylock does not breach. Shylock is an abomination, but what can you do?
Shylock is just like some person standing behind like a closed rack of faces, and like the fucking researchers go up to them like each day, and they're like, "Yo, how you doing?" They're like, "Rug," and they're like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
That's about it.
Thank you. Have a great time. Okay. Singing machine.
I think this is a hard one to say. Like, if we said Parasite Tree is Euclid, then it feels like Singing Machine should also
Yeah.
be Euclid. But like, Singing Machine is like a very dangerous
Well,
one.
counterpoint. Singing machine. Like, if you do not touch singing machine, it can't do anything, and
True,
that makes the
but
definition for safe. Like, on its own, it can't play music, and without music, it cannot compel people to sacrifice things to it.
true.
And once the Foundation understands that, they'll know to just leave it locked in a box and change definition to safe. So I'm thinking it might have been Euclid at some point, but it would definitely be safe after some time.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah. Fuck. Apple. No, fuck my throat. Apple, on the
How
other
much of
hand.
Limbus have you played again?
How much, huh?
How much of Limbus have you played again?
I'm on the. I've completed the first floor of the dungeon of the first counter.
Gotcha. Okay, so you haven't beat Kanto 1. I can't make the Joker one. Actually, no, you've seen Aberdeen Queen's Apple.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Yeah. So, gotta this you gotta finish Kanto 1 at least, please.
Okay,
Um,
okay, I will make that a priority sometime in the not so distant future.
yeah, sometime in the next week.
Yep.
Because it does not
This
take long to just fire up Limbus and then like boss through the dungeon.
this is Apple. Apple is not safe. Apple escapes and teleports and makes vines, and Apple is probably not Keter.
Apple has unpredictable movement, but predictable ways in which they'd attempt to breach.
Yep.
Oh, but wait,
Get
because Apple can teleport right out of their containment unit.
if it gets miffed.
Yeah, and like unlike Greed is like harder to actually get provoked. Like Snow White's apple, I feel like is a lot easier to actually provoke, and they both have the same kind of. So it's a matter of will, but they both have the same very important thing, which is that they can kind of is it? I can't remember. It's 10 something. It's the early 100s. The old man, because they can just get
106.
straight out of any containment unit.
Yep.
I'm wondering if that should automatically qualify them both for Keter, actually.
Well, I mean, I mean, which one was the duplicating cake again?
The what?
Okay. Basically, the first it is this SCP-871 is a cake that duplicates itself,
So it's a duplicate.
and it's ranked Keter.
Okay, yeah.
So like whenever I think of keto, I always think of the keto cake.
But yeah, no, I think that like cube breed, it can be argued either way because like they're easier to keep in a mental state of containment, which is kind of like more like the god one. But I think that I think Snow White's apple should be in Kesha just because it can just get out. It can go. It's like Manton.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's harder
All right,
to shut down.
Spiderbird looks like a fucking sack of testicles with eyes on it. So it's just there. It's safe.
Safe.
Like
Well, no, safe. Okay. Heaven is Heaven is
no,
immediately more lenient than 173 because blinking is okay.
yeah,
So it's Euclid. So I'd say pretty easy Euclid.
yeah. But at the same time,
Oh yeah,
it's also
true.
not about just like eyesight. It's about focus and attention.
That is true. And
Also,
if it does breach,
173. Also, important note: 173 is constrained by physical movement limitations. It just moves really fast. Burrowing Heaven has a very important word in its name.
ah,
Yeah. So that means like it's very easy for it to just like if any mistake is made with it, like it can and will get out. Like it's like it is kind of like who was it? Um there's someone else that this kind of uh relates to and reminds me of. I think it might have been Parasite Tree actually, I'm not certain. But it's just like if any mistake is made, like it becomes a very kind of bad and dangerous situation because it's just like if they like lose attention on it like at any time, it is gone. And
mm,
once it's gone, it's way harder to continually keep track of to further limit the spread. Like if it's out, it is fucking out. And I don't know how they're going to get it back in without the LobCorp tried and true strategy of shoot it with a gun.
hmm.
So I would argue Burrowing Heaven for Keter as well.
I could honestly say that, like, just because, I don't know, like, I'm still honestly like torn either way.
Yeah, I could see it as like a Euclid that could get upgraded to a Keter, like if there was an actual containment breach and they realized, oh fuck, we cannot deal with this thing. But if you wanna keep it Euclid, go ahead, buddy.
I'm gonna flip a coin on it. Euclid it is.
All right.
Okay,
I
tool.
guess just have eyes issue, bozo. All
Yep.
right.
A stupid dumb galaxy child.
Yeah, Tumblr OC kid. I'm
uh,
kidding. I like Child of the Galaxy.
um, safe.
Safe.
Dreaming
Like
current.
concerning subtext in their story of being like more of like a kind of extra planar entity who can see everything.
Oh yeah,
Or like has ideas on everything, but I still think pretty safe. Like
yeah.
don't they don't show any desire or anything to leave.
Yep. Yep. It just wants to. Yep.
Yeah.
Dreaming current.
Child of the Galaxy is a lot like me, in which like they don't really do anything interesting except for like cry all day.
Yeah, but if it does get out, it's mildly annoying.
It doesn't
Well,
get out. It just
that
don't.
yeah, it doesn't. Euclid it is. That's a tool.
Oh wait, you were talking about the fucking child. I was still talking about child.
Oh. Well, what do you think about
Uh,
Dreaming Current?
Dripping Current. Yeah, definitely a Euclid. Like it's going to be pretty hard to like even in its normal state, it's sedated. And like while it does have a bit of a tragic story, um, nothing that's really a part of it. Like outside of game, like it's really fucking hard to deal with in gameplay because it's so fast. But I feel like Foundation would be way better at dealing than that, and Lobotomy Corporation would be. So I'd say Euclid, yeah.
Okay. Night of Despair. I want to hear what you have to say on this one.
I like the Night of Despair. But what I'm thinking is that I said King of Greed was like was the least volatile. Night of Despair is like kind of very easy and like kind of cordial to deal with, but has a like quick and easy way to get her on the kind of warpath that the Foundation would trigger in the process of trying to figure out how she works.
Why possibly?
Like there's no kind of shot that they wouldn't. Um,
Yep.
like it's either
And
they don't interact with her or like they interact with her with somebody isn't a D class. Like the whole D class system works horribly for the idea of Night of Despair. And if she breaches once, I don't know if they could get her back in. Like both because teleporting, all the magical girls have that, but
yeah.
pale damage swords, and we haven't really talked about pale damage at all and how it fits into kind of logic. But like if it's like a kind of damage source that like targets the soul and it kills that effectively, and also like Night of Despair is pretty high pale damage last I checked.
Yep.
Um,
Not quite one shot,
and
but
without
definitely two shot.
yeah, and without them having ego gears and only having mundane kind of
They just
equipment that wouldn't
they
that
just
like
classify as soul damage and move on.
yeah, like it would probably I imagine that like if you had to kind of give it a thing, then it would probably classify as like the 2 times weakness to pale damage if we're assuming that mundane gears are just like weak to that in general.
I mean,
Um
the Foundation would
like
probably
plus
derive some
suits.
sort of formaturgical process, formaturgical armoring against
Yeah,
soul damage, but
probably. But it would
eventually.
be extremely hard for them to deal with her, and like in the process of trying to understand her, they'd probably do that. They'd fuck up once, and I don't know if they'd be able to continue that kind of testing and like be certain on it because of like that amount of damage that she could inflict.
So you're proposing
So
Keter.
I would propose Kesha, but it's a shaky proposal.
Mm. It's like when the Night of Despair does breach, it's devastating, but like in the end, she's still like not breaching that often. I don't think.
Yeah, it's just that like with the foundation
Her
specifically, it'll do it a lot more, I think. Because if you're going to maintain her condition, you have to interact with her. If you're going to interact with her, you have to do it with somebody who isn't going to be disposed of. That does not fit the Foundation's MO, and that means
well,
that they'll have
they
to
had
do
they
it
have
with.
had researchers interact with SCPs.
Yeah, it's just, it's going to be more dangerous than usual. But,
Mm.
like, again, you know this shit better than me, so if you want to put in Euclid still, fine.
I'm still down for Euclid because like so long as they realize they need to not have the D class die. Well, I mean
Which is
that's gonna take a few breaches to figure out for
Yeah, and
or
each
maybe
one of those
one.
breaches is going to be very, very, very dangerous, especially because, teleporting plus
Yeah.
swords.
I'm still gonna say Euclid because in the end, like the breaching and is it overall her containment procedures are not complex enough to warrant Keter in my opinion, and she does not breach often enough for those to matter. I mean, were we using the system that measures like how dangerous these abnormalities would be, like she'd be high up there, but like in terms of containment, I'm still gonna say Euclid.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, Little Prince.
Oh, when will you draw me a sheep? Sorry.
I mean, it doesn't breach, and like even the
Have
minion
you
it
read The Little
summons.
Prince?
Yes,
Gotcha.
even the minion it summons doesn't go far, so I'm inclined to say safe.
I literally know fucking nothing about this thing. I got its information for 100%, and then I stopped caring about it.
fair enough. But you know, it doesn't. It stays in its cell. Occasionally spawns a minion if you fuck up with it, but and like I mean, you don't let anyone get too high with it, and it's fine. It doesn't escape, and it's rather simple, all things considered. Naked Nest.
Yeah, I already posited a reason why I thought this should be Keter earlier when we were talking about B. Although I will say I wouldn't mind it being Euclid either, because I feel like Naked Nest is more in the lines of a traditional kind of disease and
Yeah,
would be more quarantinable / purgeable.
yeah.
I just don't remember what Naked Nest actually does when like it fully progresses its infection, because I never got to that stage.
Turns it into a minion running around.
In that case, it does kind of turn into B territory where it's a like
But
high,
it's only ever
like a
one.
more
It
aggressive spreader.
it only affects one at a time, whereas B affects multiple.
Okay.
And like, it's always the person interacting with the Naked Nest that gets infected. Whereas with
True.
B,
Yeah, they just have to dispose the D class afterwards. Okay. Yeah, Euclid.
okay, that's a tool. The Snow Queen. I mean, doesn't breach, so I'm immediately thinking safe.
Yeah, I feel like breaching / not breaching it shouldn't necessarily immediately say something is safe or not, but I do agree with you that this one's safe.
Because the Snow Queen just um hmm. Snow Queen just freezes people and then duels
Yeah.
people and then
Yeah. I
sort of
mean, what
sticks
else? What
around.
else are you gonna do on a Sunday afternoon?
Yep. So, Void Dream.
Yeah, the other one that goes for walks.
I mean, Euclid, it goes back on its own, so
Yeah, Euclid. I imagine a really funny and annoying interaction of it, just like getting people to go to sleep in the middle of other important testing or containment procedures.
ha,
This thing,
yeah.
if they made the mistake of building this thing's containment anywhere near the fucking Burrowing Heavens, good night, Irene. Literally.
Hell yeah. Woodsman.
Woodsman, oh god, I hate this freaking dickhead Tin Man, Axe Man, Hammer Man, fucking hitting everyone with a cast pan, like thinking he's got the big plan, like running all over like Spider Man, fucking crushing man, zero cliff off, now I'm dead man,
I
day
hate the Woodsman.
49 in my head man, god I hate the woods man. This is my poem.
Top tier. A for effort. So you agree
Uh,
Woodsman is Euclid, yeah?
uh, yeah, I can probably agree with that. Yeah, nothing stands out too much either way.
Judgement Bird I'd say is Euclid too. I mean, you just sort of
Yeah, actually, I can agree with that.
okay, we can change anything as safe. Big Bird.
Yep. Keter. This thing automatically breaks out when shit's going down.
Yeah, true. Not only for clerk deaths, but also not only for deaths, but also second warning.
Yep,
Which
and
in
it also drains power away from the section of the building it's in, which I
yes.
think for the Foundation would be a lot more significant than it is for LobCorp, where the cells are just powered by fucking Ligma or something. I don't know. Um, okay, I imagine that like the power going out would be very significant, or maybe it's just the lights. I don't know, but either way, it still wouldn't be great for a lot of things. And the
Yep.
hypnotism effect, like that's not really. It's not like a lighter hypnotism, like tree hypnotism or mushroom hypnotism. Or shoe hypnotism. Now I think about it, all these are really mundane objects, but bird hypnotism, now that's some real shit. But Keter for sure.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that either way. It escapes like, and even interacting with it is a pain. So
Yes. All right, Yang and Yin.
yin and yang.
Two. Yep. How is it pronounced in is it Chinese? I can't remember the spoken.
I can't be well, technically speaking, it would be yin and yang, but like I just always go yin and yang if I'm speaking in English because it's easier, and I'm lazy.
Gotcha. I was just curious. Okay, so these two like would be like Safe and Euclid without each other, but this is a fucking hard one to think of.
Yeah, like, because yang has a direct, like, yin technically has no influence on yang, but yang has a direct influence on yin if we're talking solely gameplay wise.
I think they're either both Keter or neither of them are.
Yeah, like,
Because both of them are powerful entities that like aren't really stopped by anything, and their union would fuck up the Foundation horrendously.
yeah, badly, like, Christ. There's an esoteric. There's like an object class out.
Question.
Yeah.
Could the dragon kill 682?
It would reverse it, so. I mean.
It would turn something that could never die into something that could only die.
I think you might be onto something. Like. Maybe. Like. Well, I mean.
Well, I think that would also make 682 angry.
Yeah. But this is, by the way, this is also ignoring the entire clusterfuck that is 6820. So.
I don't know what 6820 is.
Basically, it's like. It's. It's hard to summarize, but basically the Foundation tries to get rid of 682 for good this time, and it goes insanely badly.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
But yeah, back to Yin and Yang. There's an object class outside these three that works really well for these two, but I'm not going to include it for the sake of simplicity, and I'm just going to put them both in Keter, I think.
Yeah, it's a shame we couldn't be bothered to do that. Also, just side note, it really kind of annoys me that Yin and Yang aren't in kind of complementary rotations.
Yeah,
in
yeah. Yep. Okay.
Kim Ji-hoon, you had one job, mate.
Okay, but again, like, if these are anywhere near each other, they're Keter. If they're on other ends of the planet, they're safe. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe not Yin, because Yin erodes things.
Yeah. The fucking long pilgrimage across the world for the two fish to meet.
But yeah, okay, now on to the other Aleph.
Alright, Ken Sword.
This is nothing there.
Oh, look, it's dark. My screen's darkened for my eyes, okay?
Fair enough. Nothing there, I mean, you just kind of have to interact with it with the right person, so it's really deadly, but I think it's Euclid.
I feel like if it's inclined to break out in any way, it's unstoppable. So I'd put it more on Keter. I guess it depends on like what's more.
Yeah, but
especially
that's more
especially because it can shapeshift as well. It can transform into people. And
that's true.
Yeah. And it can hide amongst them fairly reasonably well until it reaches a point where there's nothing much that can be done for actually stopping it.
I mean, like, visually it can, I'm very conflicted.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like gameplay and how you actually interact with them in game isn't the only thing you need to consider. You need to
Yeah,
consider just like what they are in general, and like nothing there. It's basically its whole concept is like the idea of like something that like tries to imitate humanity and blends in.
yeah,
And
and it's getting better.
yeah, it is. It is meat dog. But it will soon be meat dog no longer. It will be
I
fucked
can
up
see this
meat
like
dog.
starting as Euclid and going to Keter, or staying in Euclid. Either way,
I think it would be very quickly kind of marked as Getter just because they'd realize the kind of potential of it.
fair enough. Silent Orchestra.
Probably honestly, Euclid like this
Like
guy's a
with
fucker,
Alriune,
but like he's a fucker that makes sense.
like with Alriune.
Uh Kinda, yeah. Not just because of like they've got like the kind of emotional extremes thing or like the good bad work results, but because you know, like it can break out and it kind of like has a soft teleportation kind of thing, but like it's very localized and it does break out. It's very like kind of you know exactly what it's going to do when it does break out. So
Hmm. Yeah.
I'd say Euclid, yeah.
Given the fact that it self-contains technically.
Yeah, it's like fucking where it's like Punishing Bird.
Yeah.
It's funny considering that these two are pretty far apart on the scale in terms of impact.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Blue Star.
Oh boy.
Blue Star, based on its story alone, like we know it compels.
Mm-hmm. Think
So,
strong Kita.
Keto?
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, I could see that, like, because
Teleportation, like human compulsion, psychological manipulation, the
yeah,
fact that it's just kind of a fucking void, the
yep,
fact that we really don't have a measure on how strong, how much range it has of its kind of pulses of compulsion, which is really worrying.
yeah, like this thing, Blue Star is wild.
Yep.
Okay,
Melting
Milton
Love,
Love.
Slime Girl, according to the in-game files, because no, hee hee
Um,
ha ha.
so containment procedures for Melting Love would essentially be just
Yeah.
anyone or anything interacting with it quarantine and
Doesn't it? It's kind of like it's chosen dying. Isn't that a problem?
yep.
So same problem as KOD, except infectious.
While in gameplay, Melting Love isn't infectious while breaching. In act, taking it seriously, like it's gonna be infectious no matter what state it's in.
Yeah.
So
So I think that like that's the
unless
kind of thing where like if it breached once, it's just like things are so fucked up. They got to get like
they got to nuke,
the
they're
like
gonna
kind of
nuke the site.
hazmat. Yeah,
They're
yeah,
gonna
like, burn it down.
they need to get the Maz Hatters in here.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty strong Kita as well.
Well, I mean, after the first time, like, well, yeah, like the whole quarantine system in general, like,
Hmm.
hmm,
Oh,
okay,
I just remembered my joke from earlier. I'll say it at the end.
he is
Um
censored,
all right. Ken Sored, also known as Twitter.
or
Um
redacted, or data expunged.
yeah, okay, extremely keto, like fucking Cogito hazard to the Cogito? Cognito hazard to the fucking max. Like
Hell
literally
yeah.
like a creep. Like fuck all like the stuff of like people like, oh, the smoke like monster is what the censored was actually like. Censored is a creature based on the concept of just fear, like fear of the unknown, but just like fear as a whole. Like so, it is just like you just can't really comprehend it. I like the idea that censored looks different to each person because of that, but I mean, maybe it is a smoke wall monster. I like the idea. Maybe if it was a smoke wall monster, I like the idea that it is like something that like every person sees differently, and Iron sees that because like the previous LCorp and like this LCorp and whatever the fuck, you get what I mean.
Yep.
It's like you can't even properly fucking look at it unless you're like Hulk Hogan and like genius level IQ.
Hmm.
So
I mean, I'm just seeing it as a bunch of sensor bars, so.
true. All right.
But yeah, like this thing is so ghetto.
Yeah. Okay. Mosby.
Mountain.
Probably a little bit hard to stop it from like because it's got it's got the same problem as Funky Monk and Big Bird and Onion Smelling shitting fuck. That's never the other melody. Um, but you get the idea. Like it's got that problem, but it's again it's like a snowballing one. I've talked about this many times. But like I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult to stop at an early stage. I feel the Foundation, they really should be. Like in LobCorp, it's not that hard to stop if you prepare for it. So
Yeah,
it shouldn't be for them that much. So
but it's still gonna
I'd almost
breach
put it
all the
at
goddamn time.
Euclid I'd almost put it as Euclid if it wasn't so aggressive, but even then I think it still has to be Keter.
Yeah, breaches all of the goddamn time. It's come on. Like,
Apok, we have like no kind of idea of what it would be like in terms of containment situation.
okay,
It's just
like
the beast. It's Mr. Beast. He's come to sponsor your orphan village or something.
yeah, like
But
I mean, well, I mean, first of all, can Apocalypse in under what conditions does Apocalypse Bird decompose back into the free birds?
I don't know. I assume that naturally it happened in the forest over like many years when they just like kind of form was too unstable to be kept together or something. But I don't actually know. Maybe they never did. Um, but I think like because you've got Big Bird's ability to kind of mess with the lights and like affect people. You got Longbird has their control over not control over time, but like a kind of locked dominion like that of judgment, like the kind of arbiter parallel.
Yep.
I feel like that would constitute it as like an exceptional threat. Oh yeah, and it can teleport, that's right. Hee hee ha.
Well, I mean, it depends on like whether you're talking about Apocalypse Bird itself or whether you're containing the possibility of APOC appearing in the first place, for in which case containment of APOC would be equivalent to containing the birds.
I don't know, I was just thinking of it as like a standalone kind of dude.
Oh, if it's standalone kind of thing, then it's very keto.
Hmm. Like the thing is, like when we're dealing with abnormalities, technically like they could exist like separate from each other, even though they're the multiple, like even though it's the combination of the parts, because they're all ideas, and ideas can just be what like they're thought of to be without having to
Yeah,
necessarily adhere to the laws of reality or logical physics. And I'm so
yeah,
tired. But you get the idea.
yep. Idea.
Yeah. Finally, God.
White Knight. I don't think this is a question.
Yeah, I don't either. Be good fucking like containing this one, boyos.
I mean, you can totally contain it, but like, Christ.
Yeah. Any, but yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm pretty happy with how this list looks.
I like how you said like you were pretty sure that was going to be like mostly Euclids and safe as kind of
That
more
would
dominated.
well, I mean, well, yeah, fair enough. Like, I mean, to be fair, that was based on that assumption was based on me thinking we were gonna do it a little more based on gameplay, but
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you know
fairly
me.
happy.
I just say things, and then I do things, and the things get done, and they are things.
Yep. But yeah, I
You can
like how
quote
this
me on
tier list
that.
went.
Ahab Frostbite 2025. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say this was fun. And I can
Yep.
finally say the thing that I wanted to say earlier and forgot to. Because SCP stands for, like, the S stands for secure and the P stands for protect. What's the C stand for again?
Contain.
Wrong, it stands for see my balls. Anyway,
Ah!
thanks for tuning in on this video. It's been very fun. This is the outro because I just did a dumb joke.
Okay.
Subscribe. I don't know.
Okay. But yeah, no, thanks for being here, Frostbite. Always a pleasure to have
Dredge.
you on board. And yep, that'll be it for this video. Alright. See you.